Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of That Woman. Today I'm with Toyosi. Hi Toyosi.
Hi Kemi. Thank you for inviting me in today.
Problem. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name's Toyosi. I'm a writer as well. I met Kemi like 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
We're part of a collective called Creative Soul, so please
check it out.
Check us out
On Twitter.
on YouTube. We do have some YouTube videos, so please go and check that out and support us. Yeah.
So today's topic is about fibroadenoma. I'm finally pronouncing it right. I always say fibroadenoma. Blame my doctor. But we're talking about fibroadenoma, and this is basically just to give you a bit of background information. There are milk-producing glands in the breast made up of lobules, and fibroadenomas develop from a lobule basically. Breast tissue and ducts grow over the lobule and form a solid lump. They're not cancerous, and it tends to affect a lot of women in their 20s. So today we're going to be talking about that, as Toyosi has had fibroadenomas before, and so have I. So I guess
It'll be a very interesting and informative talk.
So just to kind of get straight into it, when did you actually find out that you had fibroadenoma?
It was August 2014. I remember the day so clearly because, you know, like you're used to your everyday body. Like obviously doctors will tell you always check your breast and, you know, just make sure that there's no abnormalities or whatever. So I think I had just finished having a shower and I got out and I was creaming and I just felt this like pint-sized like pebble just on the surface of my breast, and that day I was scared because every day I've never felt anything like that. It's like it grew overnight. It didn't hurt, but it's just awkward because, you know, like imagine a little stone just sitting on the surface of your breast and you can feel it and it moves as well.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my god, what's going on? As soon as my mum came, because I thought I was going crazy, because you know when you first see something that doesn't work with your body, you're like, oh, okay. am I making this up or?
Yeah.
So I waited for my mum to come. She even scared me because she was like, oh no, you have to go to the GP, make sure you go to the GP and I was like, okay,
Mum was panicked straight away.
Let me calm down. So the next day I booked an appointment with my GP. My GP, he obviously, you know how these men, they have to feel, it was really awkward. Yeah, so he had to assess my breast, and then he told me I had 2 fibroadenomas. I had one in my right breast, which was the pebble-sized one that you could actually see, and I had one on my left breast, which was just right underneath my boob. I had an ultrasound, and then I had to have a wire put through my breast, so I have 2 scars.
You see, that's crazy because like I was saying before, I also had the same thing, but the difference with me is that they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I actually found that I was just laying down one day and my chest was just hurting me, and I thought, oh, okay, it's minor. Take painkillers, you'll be fine. You know, Nigerians, paracetamol, everything. And
no, but Rob, you'll be fine.
Yeah, so I thought I was okay, and then I went to my mum, you know, a couple days later, and I was just like, oh, this pain is really like, I've got a lump in my breast. She's like, eh? And you know how Nigerians panic over everything. So I went to the doctor, he gave me antibiotics and said, oh, it should go down in 2 days time or 3 days time, come back. And then I went to work. However, it got to a point where I couldn't drive. It was so painful to drive, to like change the gear stick and everything. Even writing on the board at work, I used to get the students come and write up on the board. I can't lift because I'm left-handed, so I can't write anything. And then so I left work and I went to the doctor. I said, listen, your antibiotics aren't working. This pain is ridiculous. I don't know what to do. So he said, you know what, you need to go straight to the hospital, like, because the lump had gotten bigger. So I went to the hospital, they gave me an ultrasound scan, and literally that was it. Nothing was removed. They just gave me an ultrasound scan and more antibiotics.
How big was your
I had 2 in one breast.
Oh.
Right, so I had one that was really close to the nipple. One that was close to the nipple, and one that was more towards the armpit. So I thought it was a lymph node, an oversized lymph node, which it happens.
It does.
But he said, no, don't confuse the 2. I was just like, okay, cool. So what was your like experience dealing with it? Obviously you said it hit you when you got to the hospital and they had a wire, you said?
Yeah, so I had to, when they did the ultrasound, they found out that one was like about 3 centimeters. So obviously fibroadenomas are normal. Everyone has them because they're benign cancer growth. So guys, it's not cancer or anything, it's benign, so it doesn't make you have cancer. So it's not something that's going to lead to cancer,
and it affects a lot of women in their 20s.
It does affect a lot of ethnic minorities, and it's nothing to really be worried about. However, it's when it starts to grow and it's not supposed to get to a certain size. So my one was 3 centimeters and the other one was like 1 point something, but because you could see it on my skin, that's why they removed it. But it's the one on my left breast that was really big, and it was just right underneath. I had to have surgery. There was no two ways about it. I had to have surgery.
Mine went down in size.
See, you're lucky. Mine never went down.
So yours got to a certain size where they thought, okay, they had to remove it.
No, it was when they saw it, when I did the ultrasound, it was big. So it was probably something that's been growing for time that I didn't, because remember I told you I didn't feel it in my left side. So it's probably something that's been growing over time.
See, mine, I only noticed it because of the pain. And it got to a point where the pain was there, but I thought I could deal with it. When it was difficult for me to drive and to write on the board and stuff, that's when I started taking it seriously.
You said yours disappeared or yours went down?
Yeah, it went down in size, so like decreasing in size.
So how big is it now?
Well, it's, if you can, well, I'm not gonna really feel my breast, but it's not big. It's literally like the size of a lymph node now.
I had to keep going to the hospital because they kept having to have the ultrasound to see whether it was growing or decreasing. It's like literally stayed 3 centimeters. So I think the first time when I had the ultrasound, they saw the 2 lumps, and because on the ultrasound it looks really big. So that's when I had to have the wire put through into my breast.
Is that painful? Yeah,
because they have to take breast tissue out. So it's, when I say wire, it's so basically I had a wire biopsy. So they literally like, they numb your breast and then they like put a needle through and then they take the tissue out, and then it's really painful when they do that. Even though you don't feel it afterwards, it is. And I couldn't move my breast or my like arms for about a day. Everyone who knew I was having this surgery, they knew how scared I was. Like, I was shitting myself because no, seriously, because it's surgery. And these people have to cut into you, and
putting you to sleep is a scary thing as well.
Putting you to sleep is a scary thing, and it's your breasts. So when I was speaking with my doctor, she was like, she's gonna have to cut around my nipples. I might not be able to feel any sensation in my nipples. I may never be able to breastfeed. So apart from having a surgery, having to hear that you may never ever be able to breastfeed the children that are going to come from you is a big blow, do you understand? Because that's what I was really more worried about.
You see, it's funny that you mentioned about the whole breastfeeding thing, because when I was talking to my doctor, this is not the first time I've had problems with lumps in my breast. I told you I had the lymph node problem, but when I was in year 9, I also had a lump in my breast as well, which had nothing to do with lymph nodes or whatever. But my doctor said, because it's been 3 times in the same breast, that when I am ready to breastfeed, when I do have children, don't use your left breast. That's basically what he said to me. He said, don't use your left breast. I was like, well, I'm gonna have one saggy one and one that one. Like, how was it after the after the surgery? How was it after? Could you wear a bra?
No.
Well, I don't know why I asked that. I thought you could, but I mean, like, how
basically you have to wear a training. Is it training bra? Sports bra.
A sports bra.
You have to wear a sports bra.
Those are tight. Was that not painful in terms? Okay. Let's go.
It was a very surreal experience for me, and even though I came out of it unscarred, like, I really do implore other women to just make sure that they're always checking their breast. Always, like, put your health first. Like, don't be vain and be like, oh, you know, they're gonna cut into my breasts are not gonna look nice anymore. Like, your life is most important. Don't ever sweep anything under the carpet.
And we're both in our 20s, so where it's like, we need other women. 16. You're not 16. We are in our 20s. So we need other women who are also in their 20s to make sure they are breast aware. Check your breast. Go to your GP if anything is abnormal. Make sure you're putting your health first.
Even if you feel like it's not a lump or anything, get someone else to check it for you. And I'm sharing my story with everyone just so that you guys can be aware and you don't feel like you're the only one going through something. Never ever believe that you're the only one going through stuff, because everyone else has their own demons that they're fighting. Everyone else has their own battles that they're going through. So please just be breast aware.
So that woman had fibroadenoma. fibroadenoma.
Ooh.
That woman had fibroadenoma, but she is now okay. Like you said, you're a warrior. So please, ladies, like we said before many times, make sure you are breast aware. Thank you very much, Toyosi, for sharing your story.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem.
We're gonna see her.
I just keep touching her breast. They're in the way.
They're not.
Can you move them to the side, please? Like seriously.